Hey everyone, so I bought some begonia plants. They've been in these pots for a while and they've been in my home for a while. I put them in an east window. They've been doing really great. Look at that. Ain't these pretty? These are the non-stop begonias, non-stop bloom. They do so well indoors and outdoors, right? But these guys need potted. So today we're going to be planting 3 of these in this 12 by 10 pot. And I think they'll do wonderfully in here. They're going to love the depth of the pot. Hey everyone, hey, it's Diane from Diane Mom Garden Videos. So they can set the roots down in the pot and just get bigger and bigger. But look at these rose-like blooms. These are gorgeous. And when I bring you in, I'm going to show you how beautiful these are. Begonias really aren't that hard to grow. And I'll be talking with you a little bit about how to grow begonias. There's going to be a lot of information in the description below that will help you grow begonias, especially indoors. That's what's so wonderful about it. I'm really super excited to do this today. All right, first I want to show you the blooms on these babies. They are just gorgeous. If you don't think you can grow begonias, you can. Look at that. Now, I thought these were all red when I purchased them, but they're coming out in different colors, which I'm okay with. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? This one's more of an orange red. And then on this side, there's a yellow one. Cool, huh? Now, as you see, the leaves are a darker color. They got some beautiful edging on the leaves, and they got the beautiful veining on the leaves. Very attractive begonia. Look at this pink one. Isn't that attractive? Now, this one is getting a little floppy in the pot, so I want to get them out of there and get them potted. I don't know what's happening for sure, but I'm going to inspect it and make sure it's okay and it's intact. So let's get planting these beautiful non-stop begonias. So begonias are really basically not that hard to grow. They really aren't. They're great for beginners, and they do like a sun or shade area, a little more sun depending on where you live and how hot it is. Like if you're going to plant these outside, if you are in a cooler climate, they can handle a little more sun. If you're in a hotter climate, they're going to need a little more shade. Okay, so here I would do morning sun in our area with afternoon shade. First of all, the soil, I have a peat, perlite, and basically it's a pro mix. Does well, and it should work pretty good for these plants. You do not have to deadhead begonias because these blooms, they just fall off when they're done. So here's the one that was kind of flopping over. Let's inspect it a little bit. Now when I look at this soil that they used, it looks like a peat sphagnum, maybe peat sphagnum soil. It's a lot of peat in here, so I know that I can grow them also in the soil that I'm going to use today. I'm going to look at, if you look at it, you don't see a lot of roots, but these have a different type of root. Let's look here. This one's the one that was kind of floppy. I think it might just be it might be detaching a little bit. So that's why I want to get it down in some soil. So I have this soil down in the pot, probably about 1 inch. That's kind of about where I want it. And I'm just going to basically set that begonia right in there, right at the soil level, and then put a little bit of soil over it, like so. Press it down just a little, like that. Now that worked pretty nice. It looks like it's staying in there a little better. You're going to want to inspect your plants also when you get them. Take off all the leaves. You might have some leaves that have got busted up a little bit, and you might want to take those off. Try to get it down there where it needs to go. There we go. Put your soil around that whole root ball. Try to make sure you get them all about even, the plants. It'll look a lot nicer in the pot. Here's our last one. Clean it up again. I don't even need to untangle anything here, so, but it's getting full. I'm gonna pull a little bit of soil out of there so I can get down in there without making a big mess. And if you bust off a few leaves, do not worry about it. This plant is gonna, as healthy as these plants look, they're gonna be fine. I like to push them down in there a little bit, try to even up the plants. This one's sitting a little taller and I don't like that, so let's get a little more soil out of here. There we go. I think that looks a little better. It just feels like it's a little bigger plant too. But you don't want to bury them too deep either. You just kind of want to plant them the way they came in those pots, and you can kind of see how they were planted. Make sure you get all the soil around them, but not too deep. You can see where the new growth is coming out, so you don't want to bury that. Best fertilizer for begonias is 10-10-10. I do not have any 10-10-10. I got some 10-15-10. I use for all my house plants. I'm not worried about it not working. I know it's going to be fine because it hasn't hurt anything that I have grown here in the house. So you're going to find that when you plant this, some of these leaves might feel a little delicate, and some of these leaves got some cuts in them. If you want to pull them off, pull them off. They're just gonna grow more leaves, right? They're gonna do fine. So that one looks really good. I'm gonna water it in real nice now. These were kind of on the dry side already because I wanted to wait till I planted them. Now I only water my plants once a week in the house, and that's probably what I'll do with these begonias. These probably will go in an east or south window. Indoors, you can get away with putting these in a south window. I think they'll do just fine because I've done it with my other begonias and they loved it. They kind of had a filtered light, so they did really, really good. But there you go. It'll fill in. There's areas where it can fill in now and take off and just grow. Begonias with constantly wet leaves are susceptible to bacterial leaf spot, which causes wilting and leaf loss. Decrease the watering, so you can't overwater these. So just be careful. And the way you can test watering is put your finger down about an inch or so, or just to your first knuckle. Just test the soil. Okay, that's the best way to check for if they need watering. This plant, however, may not work if you have dogs and cats that like to chew on plants. So in the description area, I'm going to have all that information, and I hope you read it. But keep it out of sight or out of reach of your pets. You are going to want to fertilize these, like I said, and because you're going to constantly get blooms if you do. So make sure you maintain a good fertilizer schedule. I would say maybe every couple weeks. Sometimes in the home here with my houseplants, I fertilize them weekly. So there's a lot of different begonias on the market. Some are more upright, some are more trailing. Find the ones that's suited for you. Some are more for foliage. Now this one's more for blooms, but the foliage, if you see, look at the dark coloring. I just love these. They're just gorgeous. And what's not to like about plants that you can keep in your home year-round, right? Or take them outside and bring them in. Now, if you take them outside and bring them in the fall, if you live in a cold climate, you've got to inspect them for insects. I've ran into that trouble, and that's why I don't do it anymore. I brought a lot of bugs in and it was a disaster. So it's one thing you need to think about if you want to save some plants outdoors to bring indoors. So these bronze colored leaves, they say they tolerate more sun than the other begonias. They can handle more sun. So south window, here we come. I just got to find a place for it in my home, and I definitely will have updates on this later just to let you know if it's working good, if it's working good in the area that I put them. If you love begonias, I hope you follow me on this journey of growing begonias indoors. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this encourages you to grow some begonias in your home, because other than all the other houseplants you may have, these flower, and it's so pretty to see indoors, and it picks you up on a gloomy day, and I think you will really appreciate it. So the biggest thing is, again, do not overwater these. Water them when they're dry to the touch, okay? And you sometimes will know when they're dry, when they're starting to wilt. Love them, and nourish them, give them what they need, and they'll do great for you. I hope you maybe learned something also today. Now again, go in the description area. I'm going to have a more information on growing begonias that will help you get started either in growing begonias or to maintain your begonias, keep them healthy so they will thrive for years and years. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me grow my channel. And I will see you on the next video. I have a lot more to share, and I hope you're enjoying what I am sharing with you because I enjoy making these videos. So take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.